What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a very exciting Liverpool brand new transfer news video, because Timo Werner has actually hinted that he will make a move to the Premier League this summer, and Liverpool are one of the front runners, one of the favorites to sign Timo Werner, because we actually approached Timo Werner in the summer and there are reports how that worked out. So I will tell you all the details that you need to know, but also I will give you an injury update on Naby Keita, on Fabinho, on Matip, on Lovren, and also we will talk about Jurgen Klopp and his personal relationship with Sir Ferguson and how Jurgen Klopp previews the Man United game. So lots to unpack in this video. But first I want to ask you guys, what do you think about Timo Werner? How would he fit into this Liverpool starting 11? How would you play with Timo Werner as maybe a front four, including Firmino, Mane and Salah? Let me know. And also leave a like on this video if you enjoy these transfer news videos. And Timo Werner has an incredible season. He just jumped to a whole another level, because in just 25 games in all competitions he has 23 goals and 10 assists for RB Leipzig, who are actually leading the Bundesliga. And he's actually having a magnificent season, the best season in his career, and he's only 23 years old, and he's training to play as a false nine. Julian Nagelsmann, the RB Leipzig coach, who just became their manager, has put Timo Werner in many different positions, but this new position as the false nine behind an out-and-out striker, or sometimes as a false nine, as the striker up front and wingers bombing forward for RB Leipzig. It's a very exciting new role, and considering that Timo Werner's personal best used to be 21 goals, now at the halfway stage of the season he has 23 goals in all competitions, which is absolutely incredible. He has 3 goals in the Champions League, 18 goals in just 17 Bundesliga games, and the Bundesliga is at exactly the halfway stage, and he is one of the top scorers alongside Robert Lewandowski. So Timo Werner previously made it clear that he will need to step up to a bigger club at some point in the not too distant future to make the next step in his career. And this is what he said in an interview with Bild newspaper. The Premier League is certainly the most interesting league, you have to say. There is a certain flair to watching the English league and playing there. At present, my only focus is on leading RB Leipzig to silverware, and that is his ultimate ambition. As of now, I have no desire to look for a move elsewhere, but of course, in the summer, I think he will weigh up his options. And what Timo Werner also said, at some point, it would certainly be attractive to play in a foreign country. I like playing when it's raining, so England wouldn't be a bad destination in January. You have to honestly say that the Premier League is the best league, the most interesting league at the moment. And there are reports in the German media saying that Timo Werner was actually approached by Liverpool last summer, and he rejected that transfer move in order to stay at Leipzig, to be a guaranteed starting 11 player, and he felt that maybe he isn't ready for the next step. But that was last summer. This summer he elevated his game to a whole another level. And one of the reasons was that maybe Timo Werner felt that he wouldn't be a regular starter at Liverpool last summer, because he probably needed to further his game, further his development. I don't think at the moment that he would start ahead of Firmino, but remember that Liverpool actually deployed a 4-2-3-1 formation last season when Shaqiri started on the right. Firmino played behind Salah and Mane on the left, so Salah was the number 9 in that formation. So with Werner, we could play a formation where Timo Werner plays up front, Firmino behind him, Salah on the right, Mane on the left. Can you imagine how devastating that attack would be? And we would only need two midfielders like Fabinho and Henderson, or Fabinho and Wijnaldum, who could do a job as defensive midfielders. And I think certainly against the bottom 10 teams in the Premier League, we could easily get away with playing just 2 defensive midfielders and having a front 4 who can interchange positions. Basically almost everyone can play anywhere. And Timo Werner has played across the front three throughout his career at Leipzig. He has played as a number 9, he has played on the right wing, on the left wing, and now even his boss admitted that Timo Werner is learning a new position, the false 9 position this season. So the report says that Werner felt his career would have stalled if he made the move to Liverpool last summer, because Liverpool just became European champions, and of course Firmino, Mane and Salah were undroppable, and that's how Werner saw Liverpool at that time. Even though he's a big fan of Jurgen Klopp and Jurgen Klopp is a big fan of Timo Werner, maybe in hindsight that was a good decision by Werner, because at the moment look at how well he's playing. I'm sure that he wouldn't have started ahead of Firmino in many games for Liverpool because Firmino is just so good. But sooner or later Liverpool will need to freshen up their attack. Liverpool need to change their attack, and I think signing Timo Werner would be a move looking to the future forward, because Firmino and Salah and Mane are like 27, 28 years old. So in 2 or 3 years, one of them or maybe even 2 of them will be sold, and then Timo Werner will be the next player who could be the real big superstar of Liverpool FC. And I think many strikers would jump at the chance to be that. There are conflicting reports about how much Timo Werner's release clause is exactly, but the sources are stating that I think it would be enough for a £42 million offer would be enough to get Timo Werner, and I think that's an absolute bargain. For a player who scored 23 goals in half a season, he could easily score 40 goals if he continues this form into the second half of the season. And I can also understand why Timo Werner doesn't want to move right now. They are on top of the Bundesliga, and there is a big chance that RB Leipzig could win their first Bundesliga title, and I think that is a very attractive prospect for Timo Werner. But then in the summer I think it will be a different story. Timo Werner definitely would want to move to a really big club, so he will have a chance to win the Champions League, to win multiple titles in a row, where I'm not sure at Leipzig he can do that, because Bayern Munich are just so dominant of German football. But imagine if Liverpool win the Premier League title, then Liverpool will be even more attractive in the summer, and Timo Werner I think would be very keen to join Jurgen Klopp's Reds revolution, if you like. Some journalists are even calling Timo Werner a right-footed Mohamed Salah, because he's a quite short player, but he's very fast, very agile, and he can shoot, he can get assists. That's confirmed by the numbers this season: 23 goals and 10 assists. He's a very unselfish player as well, so he's not afraid to put his teammates into a goal-scoring position if he can't score himself. But 23 goals in just 25 games. I mean, he is the in-form striker in the Bundesliga, apart from Robert Lewandowski, who is also having an incredible season. So I think that Liverpool, for 50 million euros, that's like 42 million pounds, I think it's a no-brainer to sign Timo Werner in the summer. And I think Werner will have a lot of Premier League clubs interested in him. But I think the most attractive club right now for Timo Werner is Liverpool. So come on Liverpool, sign up Werner, it would be brilliant. And Jurgen Klopp said some very interesting things about Liverpool, and could they dominate the Premier League and English football like Manchester United did for some seasons, like Arsenal did, like Chelsea did in the past. This is what he said. To be honest, I don't think the dominance like Man United had is possible again. In this day and age, football has changed completely. The power of different clubs changed completely. We made a couple of good decisions. That is why we got better. But other teams have the same chance. Players are coming up and you can make decisions. If a midfield player comes on the market and one club doesn't need him, the other club needs him and they can get him. Next year he might not be on the market. It is like up and down. So I don't think a dominance like Liverpool had before and then Manchester United had after is possible. It is more likely that different clubs will compete for different things because of the financial power of a lot of teams. Leicester has a proper power, so they are coming up on top of the typical top 6, I would say. That makes it even more difficult. In that time, I wouldn't say Man United won a lot of games 4 or 5-0, but they were predicted wins. It was clear if you went to certain places, you would win. We have had a lot of games where we had to win 2-1, 1-0, and they had to dig in properly. These kind of things I don't see, but being dominant is not important really. What is important is that you can fight every year for it. That is the only thing I need to know. That is enough. I had a similar situation in Dortmund in 2011 where we were surprisingly good and people ask us 5 million times, will you be champions or when will you say you will be champions? Before the season we had no clue. We had a chance to be champions. Through the season it looked like we could, but none of us at one moment thought it. We all thought we have to win this game, we have to win the next game, and then we will see. The questions were similar and all the stories were sensationally positive. I could nearly walk on water. That is how life is. I am not that negative that I believe they are always writing the positive stuff until they can knock us down. But I know it happens, so really I am not interested in what people are saying about the situation. How can you not be positive about the situation? It would be quite difficult, but it does not affect me at all. And so far it does not affect the boys. Whatever comparison you make, I will only think about long after my career is ended. And Jurgen Klopp also talked about his personal relationship with Alex Ferguson. This is what he said: I have a really good relationship with him. And when I met him first, it was Alex Ferguson with another world in the middle. Klopp said that he probably is an expletive world that he can't really tell. It was unbelievable, Klopp continued. I was a very young manager at Dortmund who had never met him before, and from the first second we had a super conversation. I needed 20 minutes to get used to his Scottish accent, but then I was in. We had a super conversation, and from that moment on we were in contact. Now he's not managing Man United anymore, and so when I was there at the dinner, he was not the former manager of Man United. He was just a very, very nice guy, and there were a couple of other people who were for Man United. I had my Liverpool smartphone on the table all night and nobody left the table. It was just really nice. Time flew, it was all good. Ryan Giggs was there as well, and Brian Robson. It was completely nice. I had no problem and they were okay as well. So yeah, sometimes the Liverpool-Man United rivalry is exaggerated, but I think it's only a football rivalry and not like a war between gangs or between the mafia. I think that it should stay as a football rivalry, and people should have a conversation outside of football without actually thinking that, oh no, he's the Liverpool manager and I'm a former Man United player, I won't talk to him. I don't think that that's how it should work. And now we have a massive update on the injuries of Matip and Fabinho and other players at Liverpool. This is what Jurgen Klopp said. Yes, it looks like that Joel Matip and Fabinho will be back. They are training. They normally trained yesterday and the day before, so that means that they are likely to be in the squad. The other three are not. They are getting closer and closer. Lovren, I think, will train 100% from Monday on, while the other two, Naby Keita and Milner, I don't know exactly. I cannot rush it, so when somebody tells me they are ready, I take them back in training, and that's how it is. So that's very good news that actually Matip and Fabinho will be back. I don't necessarily think that they will start. Maybe Fabinho will start against Man United. I don't think we should break up the Gomez-Van Dijk partnership. They have done so well, keeping 6 clean sheets in a row in the Premier League. That's outstanding. So I think that Jurgen Klopp should ease back Matip. But Fabinho, on the other hand, he is our best defensive midfielder, and maybe against Man United we will need him. But ultimately, I trust Jurgen Klopp and what he will say in this team selection dilemma that we have. And Mohamed Salah also previewed the Manchester United game. He said this: our focus now is just on the Man United game. We take one game at a time. We don't think about being unbeaten until the end of the season. If we do that, it would be great. But at the end of the day, we just want to win the Premier League. That's the most important thing. Unbeaten or not, it's not necessary. We want to win the Premier League title. We need to win against Man United. We need to carry on in our way, the way we have been doing since the beginning of the season and since last year. It's a game we have to win. Of course, we know it's big for the fans, for the city and for us, but at the end of the day, we play the game to win. It's unbelievable. And he was asked to explain how he has produced such impressive goal-scoring numbers, and also since Salah joined the Premier League, he has the most assists in the league, 23 assists. And this is what he said: "It's everything. I started working more on my mentality, also practicing shooting and finishing all the time, and not just shooting and finishing, also playing the game in different positions, being involved more inside than outside, because my game is on the outside. A lot of things have improved and there is a lot of practice behind that." Oh boy, can we see that, Mohamed Salah? You have improved massively, and I'm so happy to say that Mohamed Salah is now probably the best player of Liverpool alongside Sadio Mane. He's just outstanding, but there are outstanding players all over the pitch. One of them being Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who is now back full fitness, and I think he can start against Manchester United and have a great game. And Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain also said this about the Man United game: "Of course it's massive, there is a lot of history in this fixture. Bragging rights are always nice, but at the end of the day, the main thing is making sure your team is more successful than the other, picking up results, finishing higher in the table, doing as well as you can as a club. For us as players, you can't not get drawn into the meaning of it to the fans, because they are the people that support you all year round. So we buy into that, and as a player you sort of take on that rivalry, and it becomes your own rivalry as well. It means a lot to us as players as well, and how much it means to the fans. We take responsibility of that and making sure we can get the right result for them and for us as well. These are the games you really look forward to. They are the ones that tend to be the hardest. Obviously the quality of the opposition, how big a club they are, and obviously the meaning for the fans and what this means to this club. To be fair, both clubs obviously. As a fixture, it adds a little bit more heat to the game. All of that combined together, it's obviously a big game. They are the ones you look forward to and want to step up in and prove yourself and have a good game and get the right result. If they come early in the season, they are the kind of games that you think, right, we can make a statement here and get the ball rolling and find a bit of momentum. The situation we are in now, it's another big test for us to prove ourselves again and keep the momentum going. We have done really well to get ourselves in this position, and this is another really big challenge for us to overcome and keep pushing in the right direction. Brilliant interview by Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I'm really happy that he's so much looking forward to this game, and I think he gets it. He gets the significance of this fixture. So come on Liverpool, let's beat Manchester United tomorrow. I'm really excited to cover the game for you guys. Let me know in the comments below, do you want me to do a big game preview? I think I will do that. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you later guys. Goodbye.